Well, it has been a big week in the identity theft hacking world. At the first of the week, Capital One revealed that they are changing their slogan after 100 million files were hacked. 100 million people. That's bizarre, isn't it? Hacked by a Seattle hacker who is trying to be an anarchist and is instead a domestic cyber terrorist and needs to go to jail for decades. Hundreds of millions of dollars of cost that this one crazy chick has cost the public and this bank. I'm not a fan of Capital One. We did get some inside information that they are changing their slogan from "What's in your wallet" to "What's in your wallet?" Oh, wait, everyone already knows. Oh, and Equifax comes out. Equifax, our big friend at the credit bureau. Worst service of any company or organization ever on the planet. Unbelievable, with the possible exception of Capital One. And as you know, they managed to lose 147 million consumers' files in a hack, in an identity theft process as well. And the thing about Equifax is this. Here's the deal. If you do business with Capital One, that's your fault. You're dumb. You chose poorly. And then they get hacked. And they weren't doing anything wrong. That they didn't deserve to be hacked. But, I mean, you do business with somebody like that, then you just deal with that. The thing about Equifax is I don't do business with Equifax. You may not do business with Equifax, but they make money off of collecting your data without your permission. No other organization on the planet is allowed to do that other than the credit bureau reporting agencies. There's 3 of them, Equifax being the largest. They collect data on you without your permission and sell the data on you and make money on it without you being compensated or without your permission. There's a little something morally wrong about that in a world where everyone else is very restricted. There's federal laws in place, Privacy Act, that says you can't share someone's payment information with someone else. And yet, we're all supposed to share everything with Equifax because some goob decided to. So Equifax gets hacked. 147 million people. They go through the whole process with the Federal Trade Commission and finally get slapped on the wrist. And they have a whole $380 million set aside, which is supposed to give you $125 back if you spent $125 on credit repair, credit monitoring, or your time, and you can prove that. However, if you do a little quick math, 147 million times $125 comes out to be a whole lot more than 380 million. That's what, $3 a piece is what's allocated in the restitution fund. And so if everybody goes and tries to get their $125, because everybody can't go get it because everybody didn't spend it. But if that, you know, mathematically, this is what's known as a joke. A joke. It's ridiculous. It's a scam. And the government's walking around strutting like they did something. You didn't do anything, you wusses. You completely let this bogus organization off the hook. $380 million on 147 million people losing their information. That's $3 a piece, you goobs. It's a mathematical joke. I propose that Equifax sends me $1,000 a year for the rest of my life for using my information. There's your new joke. Ha ha. I don't think this is going to be happening anytime soon. 52% of the files at Equifax have errors. 37%, 1 in 3 have errors so severe they will keep you from getting credit. Not as if I want you to go get a bunch of credit. So, do you need to rush down and file for your $125 before everyone else does? No, because you're not going to get it. They're not required to give more than $380 million. So if it ends up that more people apply, then they can reduce the amount from $125 down to whatever it is. However many of you apply. Could be $10 a piece. Could be $80 a piece. Oh, and there's articles all over the place already that you may run into settlement website issues. When you go to their website, here's a shock of shocks. It's hard to use. It's incomplete. It's inaccurate. And it doesn't work. Kind of sounds like Equifax. Hard to use, incomplete, and it's hard to work. So your credit score that some of you are so freaking proud of is determined by an organization using your data without your permission and profiting from it. And 52% of the time there are errors on it. 37% of the time the errors are so egregious as to which to keep you from getting credit or damaging your precious credit score. And that's for those of you that worship at the altar of the great FICO. So you can go try to get your $125 back. I wouldn't bother. You're gonna run into more trouble. Here's what I would do. What I did years ago, as soon as the law allowed, I froze my credit bureau report, and I froze my wife's, and I froze all of my kids, and they're still all frozen. Why? We don't borrow money, so there's no need for you to check my credit. If you need to check my credit to do business with me, we're not going to be able to play together, because I just is. I don't need Equifax to establish my identity, or for that matter, to get it stolen. So when your credit bureau report is frozen, that means they can no longer make money off of you without your permission. That part I really like, can you tell? And in addition to that, once it's frozen, if someone did steal your identity and if they applied to a company to get a loan that did bother to check credit before making the loan, which not all of them do, it would prevent some identity theft, not all. So you should get out of the credit business, get out of the debt business, and get out of the Equifax business. Wow, this sounds so clean, simple, pure. Like back in the day before people used our data without our permission to make a profit. And then lost it 147 million times. And then managed to settle with the government to pay everybody $3. Wow. Scam upon scam upon scam. It's a scam sandwich. There you go, folks. Unbelievable. Wow. Freeze your credit bureau report. Call Xander. Get your Xander insurance identity theft immediately in place, because between Capital One, what's in your wallet? Oh, everyone already knows. And Equifax with their level of service, you're pretty much screwed out there, people. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.